Hello again, everybody. There's Mary Hall. How you doing, Mary?
Doing good. It's a beautiful Canadian smoke day today.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Woo! Till Saturday, probably.
Right. Yeah, so tomorrow it might clear up. But yeah, we still have the Canadian smoke pretty heavy and dense. You could just, it looks worse than the camera's showing it. It is like really heavy. But anyway, we're here to do this video today, this morning, to show you what we did yesterday. We got these end walls done, and like I mentioned, first we had to remove all the joists that were temporarily sitting there holding weight, on putting weight, even weight on the boards there. And so we did these ends after we got the joists out of our way. We used a 1x8 in this case here over these because it's a full block all the way, and then we're going to stand up the ledger board right out here, which is the same height as the joists. So that just goes to show how much of the bottom of the wall is missing. But that gives us plenty of clearance to put the ledger board in and then continue on with the joists from here on. And also we backfilled this stuff we did the day before on these end walls where the joists are gonna sit. See how it's all backfilled? Real nice back here with mortar and all throughout. That way there's like it's basically all sealed in, this plate, and like never before. And again, we're gonna we're not removing this 2x8 right at all because it's holding the weight of the wall and the building essentially. But we're gonna clad and over it and sister it next to it first, all the way both ends. And then of course where the ledger board is missing, we're gonna replace that and then still sister over it. So it's basically gonna be a double ledger board, which is really optimum. It acts as gives it an R value. But we might even put some pink in between also, or definitely the 2-layer ledger board there, and then maybe the pink on top of it, which will, still have plenty of support for the joists and whatnot. So let me show you to this end, the opposing end. We got them done as well. This end here, finished this up here first, and then got this all done. Now they're not sticking like glue, but they're held firmly in place. They're not going anywhere because the mortar is not going to act like glue with the wood, I'll tell you that. And then got this other end on as well. And you can see how it closely matches the same height as the beam. There's a little difference in variation, but not much, not enough to make a difference, believe me. When this is all done, each joist will be very level and the whole floor will be level throughout. Like Rick Sanchez level. Well, maybe not, but but it would be nice. But close. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna actually start installing these joists and get these ledger boards up first, and then put the joists in and the bridging in between and all that good stuff. See how far we get. Like I said, there's replacing to do and cladding over to do and whatnot, and some preparation and whatnot, marking out center, 16 on center, marking it out on the header board, making a nice square mark all along the header board, 16 inches on center to match the ledge board that it's opposing. So it's all gonna be perfectly square, 16 on center. That way when our first sheet of plywood be put on, it'll be, because the plywood shows true square because they manufacture them square as can be. So if the first sheet of plywood lines up on your floor joists perfectly, you're doing the right thing. Which you gotta always keep in mind. You gotta consider the material that's going on and making sure that there's no, you don't want to have to custom cut each piece. Just want to use all full sheets, and then the cuts at the end. And of course staggered, and it's tongue grooved, and all that stuff's gonna be really nice. Yay. And then we're gonna jump over to this side and do the same thing over there. That side should be slightly different, but the important thing is this foundation is sound. We had somebody who was it made a comment about the,
Donald.
Donald made a comment about the footing. There is a footing. I think Mary answered she replied to your, but anyway, there is a footing, yeah. It's 12 inches deep and 12 inches wide. And believe me, when we dug the hole for this pylon right here, this particular one, we did this whole part of it. But I dug down and I couldn't believe how firm it was when you're even 2 feet down. It was like hard as a rock. It was like clay sand mixture. I mean, it's like almost like a ball mix. Yeah, it was amazing. So no wonder they didn't go that far down. They went basically just below the surface with the footing. And over the how old, many years, this place could be 70, 80 years old at least. But it hasn't moved at all. The foundation, that's why we're restoring it by pouring concrete into the cavities, it's perfectly level all the way around. Unbelievable. So that is why we're restoring it and keeping it and everything, because it's surprisingly level. And I did go deeper. I did go down to the recommended depth on this pylon, but I certainly didn't need to, that's for sure, because none of these pylons are as deep as that one. These pylons also have a footing underneath them. So at least they did that part right, and it's holding up, and I think that's mostly because of the soil around here. If this was in Illinois, believe me, it would have to be 42 inches deep at least, the footing. It's by code. But I think it might be here too, but it's not necessary in this building. In fact, if we do an addition back there, which I think we're gonna do, then do the same thing with that foundation. Same thing they did here. It'll hold up just fine. So I've been babbling on here about 7 minutes, Mary, and showed them what we did yesterday and what we plan on doing today. Is there anything else you want to add to this video before we end it?
I want to say I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and stay safe.
Right. Sound wisdom, my friend. With that, Mary and I thank you for watching, and we'll talk at you later. Love you.